Stop! Stop wasting time and effort. In this video, we're going to break down the critical differences between UX design processes, UX methods, and UX activities. Understanding this distinction is essential for building truly user-centered products and avoiding costly mistakes. We'll also explore why mastering a variety of UX methods is crucial for success in today's competitive landscape. So don't miss out. Learn how to level up your skills and create user experiences that your customers will love. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Are you working in UX design, building digital products, feeling like you're alone, or maybe spinning your wheels and not getting the results that you want? Well, if you are, definitely are not alone. Many designers feel just like you. But I have good news. Today, we're going to uncover a huge mistake that many designers, UX designers, will make. And this can prevent you from growing and becoming a valuable asset to your team or organization. Now, we're going to demystify some differences between UX processes, UX methods, and UX activities. So, regardless of your level within this field of design, you'll be able to understand the nuance, and it will give you a newfound confidence that will help you to feel even more empowered in your UX journey. What are UX processes? Well, what are processes? Well, this is where we're going to start first of all. Think of a UX design process as the overall strategic framework that you will use to tackle a design challenge. Now, it's a big picture blueprint, and it outlines the key phases that you're going to go through from one initial problem to the definition to the final implementation and iteration, of course. Now, a process is also consistent with a repeatable way of ensuring that you solve problems in a meaningful way that makes sure that your life is going to be easier, and that most importantly, the life of the people that will use your products or services, their life will be easier. A process is also a consistent and repeatable way of ensuring that you solve problems in a meaningful way that makes life easier for the people using your products or services, regardless of whatever kind of products you create, physical or digital. Now, these processes are designed to allow you to think critically about solving the right problems and using the right methods to get to that solution. This can also apply to service design as well. Now, a popular example is the design thinking process. Now, you typically start with empathize, where you deeply understand your users, and then define. That's the next part. You're defining the problem. And the next is ideate. You're generating lots of ideas. And then, of course, prototype. And finally, test your solution. Now, this is just one of many processes. Others that exist out there include things like Lean UX that people use, Double Diamond, or even custom processes that are tailored to your specific company or your environment. Now, I'm not saying which one of these ones are good or bad. I'm sure we'll talk about that in another video. But processes are really, they're just guidelines or rules that allow you to solve problems in a consistent and repeatable way. And that hopefully is an efficient way as well. Now, let's talk about UX methods. Now, methods are the specific approaches. So this is a bit more drilled down and techniques and ways that you will conduct your user research. Methods also will allow you to create and evaluate designs. Methods will include things such as user interviews or usability testing or A/B testing, card sorting, tree testing, creating user flows. All these are tools within your toolkit. They are the how to the what of this particular part of your process. Now, the best way to use methods is by applying them during the right stage of the process. For example, during the empathize phase of design thinking, you might use user interviews or surveys or ethnographic studies. Now, while during the test phase, you'd conduct a usability test to see how real users interact with your prototype. Now, what are activities? Finally, let's get into activities, UX activities to be specific. Activities are the specific actions that you take while using a method. Activities are really granular. So this is the muddy detail, as it were. So if your method is a user interview, your activities might include writing the interview script or recruiting participants, conducting the interview, taking notes, and analyzing the results. If your method is usability testing, then your activities could be creating test scenarios, setting up the environment where the test will be, moderating the test, recording user interactions, and analyzing the data collected. So, can you see how it all connects, right? See, the process is the broad strategy. The methods are the approaches you use to carry out the strategy, and the activities are the detailed actions within those methods. Now, let's address that huge mistake I mentioned at the beginning, right? Now, so many designers, UX designers specifically, of course, only focus on one or two methods. Maybe they're comfortable with just usability testing and user interviews. Maybe they don't know anything else. So they rely on those for every single project that they do. And perhaps they may come out with fairly good results. But of course, what would that mean? What would be the standard of the results that they have? Well, let's try to illustrate that. It's like building a house only with a hammer. You will get something built, but it probably won't be very sturdy or efficient or well suited to the environment. I mean, there are many other tools that you'll need to make sure that your house will be sturdy and it will last the test of time. For example, you're not going to use a hammer to mix your concrete for your foundations, are you? Right? You're not going to use a hammer to plaster the ceiling or the walls, for example. You may use a hammer to hammer in some nails, but you may decide to use a hammer to hammer in screws. But that, of course, is not a good idea. You see, the reality is different projects, different users, and different constraints can call for different methods. So sticking to just one or two limits your ability to truly understand the problem, to see the bigger picture, and to understand how you can create truly innovative solutions that are the desired outcome for your problem to solve. Now imagine you're trying to redesign a complex enterprise software. Now, user interviews alone might not be enough, so you might need card sorting to understand information architecture. You might need heuristic evaluations to identify usability issues as well within that product. And you might choose to do A/B testing to optimize key workflows to make sure you get the desired outcome. So how do you avoid this mistake? Well, by expanding your UX research toolkit. See, the more methods you understand and understand competently, the more adaptable and effective you will be. And that's where resources from great sources such as the Nelson Norman Group, Baymard, they really help you to shine. So let's talk about some of the advantages now. Well, first one, deeper insights. Now, different methods uncover different types of insights, combining methods known as triangulation. This is where you layer data on top of each other to get a more precise result. That will give you a more complete and nuanced understanding of your users. For example, let's say that you're going to do a usability test on a prototype and the user struggles with some functionality that you can follow up with, especially during the user interview. You're going to want to do that quickly to clarify the issue that you're seeing. Better problem solving. Knowing a range of methods allows you to choose the right tool for the job, not just a hammer. You can tackle complex problems from a multiple angled view, from different vantage points, as it were. Maybe you want to understand how your product compares with other products in the market. That's one thing you might want to do. Well, that's a good time to actually have a look at perhaps CCA, competitive comparative analysis. What about more innovation? Now, exploring new methods can spark creativity and it can lead to unexpected discoveries. Now, a user might not always be able to tell you what they need, but try using contextual inquiry perhaps to observe the user in a natural environment. Now, you'll get more valuable insights from their workarounds. Now, why is that so important? Think of this. It's not just about what a user or a customer tells you, but it's also about what they don't tell you. So activities like contextual studies is really vital, very important for you to understand the context around a problem, especially if a user perhaps may not be able to explain or verbalize what it is that they mean. In many cases, they may use substitute words or they have something in their mind, but they're unable to explain it in a way in which you can fully understand. So this is the value of using combined methods in order to make sure that you can get the insights that you need. Increased confidence. Now, the more methods you have in your arsenal, the more confident you're going to be, and the more confident you'll feel in tackling any UX challenge, any problem to solve that you have. So, stop limiting yourself. Don't be the designer with just one hammer to build a whole house. Invest in learning new UX methods and UX activities. Explore the resources that are out there that are available to you. There are many resources that are there for free as well. Start with the resources that I've talked about today, from the Nielsen Norman Group, from Baymard, some of the things that you've seen on screen as well. And challenge yourself to try a new method in your next project. You're going to be surprised about what you'll learn and what your users will thank you for. Now, if you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That would really help me out tremendously. And it will enable us to create more great content for you. Also, leave a comment below to tell us what methods are you most interested in using or learning, or what methods would you like to learn about that you don't know yet. Remember, stay present, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.